name is Timothy Lovelock, and I'm BA's producer. I met BA quite a few years back in I want to say 2003 at least, when they had the DMB, Des Moines Boys group together, and I was one of his first producers down here. They were looking for producers, and a buddy of them say, "Hey, I know of a guy that could do that for you." When I first met him and when we first got into the studio, they were super nervous. I don't know why. They told me this story every single day. The whole group was nervous. It was like a American Idol audition, and the person I really stuck to was BA. To this day, something about his flow, something about his ingenuity, something about how he paints the picture for you to visually see it. Although you're hearing it, he just always had it for me. Like his work ethic and his just creative side is just always on point, and that light bulb never turns off, and which is a good thing. Fast forwarding to a few more years down the road, there's a song that they did, which will never. I can't remember which album. This is how many albums we've done with them. I can't remember which album it was, but they talked about the loop. Now I've never been to the loop, and when we first did the song and we had the record, and they're like, "Yeah, the loop is bad." I'm like, "What the hell? What the hell is a loop? What is that?" He's like, "Yeah, there's this place in Des Moines. It's just literally a loop, and everybody just comes out and hang out." And I was like, here we don't really have nothing like that over here, but it was just I was fascinated. The fact that they really are representing their city. They love their city, and this is what they're doing for their people, left and right. As if I'm from Des Moines. The loop is back. It's hilarious. So, going a few more years down the road, BA has always kept up with his writing, his craft. He's never given up. Um, Coming to today, we had a opportunity to do a record together called Ball. And it's a powerful record because it talks about a lot of his accomplishments and also the negativity that people try to kind of hold him back, what he's experienced, sense of the downfall, but nothing's really going to hold him back. The funny thing is, how I got him to come and record the record was hilarious. I showed him the record. He was like, "Yo, who's this for?" I was like, "Nobody." He's like, I need this. I need this in my category. Or my catalog, sorry. And I was like, "Well, the only way you can get it on your catalog, or if you want to record it, is you have to come down to Florida to record it." And he called me back the next day, and I guess they were planning a trip to come to Disney World next year. And he called me back the next day and said, "Hey, we're coming to Florida in like 2 months. I recorded then, and we're just gonna push our vacation earlier." So they all came down. We recorded the record in like literally 4 hours. I did the violin on it. I did the whole production on it, and it just felt great. It honestly felt really good to be in that atmosphere again with him and create those create that record. With that being said, BA, much love, bro. I've known you for a very long time. Much love to you, man, and keep at it, and let's make it to the top. Timothy Lovelock Music Group. Peace.
To get further down, I used to walk down this street at like 4 years old to go to school. And it's funny because my mom and I were talking about it the other day, and she was saying how like I was like, "Mom, I can do it. I can walk to school all by myself. You don't need to take me." It's funny because I don't even remember saying that to her, and I didn't even know it was like my idea to actually walk down the street to go to school. But she allowed me to do it, and she said she used to follow me and hide behind trees. Because like you see, this is kind of the center of the low poverty level area in Des Moines on the west side. So kind of like, you know, our hood, pretty much, our hood. And, you know, there used to be bums walking up and down this street all the time. And I remember one time, I wasn't supposed to go down this main road. I was supposed to take the back streets. And I decided to take the main road one day. And I remember crossing the street like 4 or 5 times because I'd see somebody and I'd be like, oh, get scared and run across the street. So I'm illegally crossing this big intersection, I mean, this big, you know, major road in the city at like 4 years old. And I remember when I got home that day, my mom was mad because I think that was one of the days she was following me and I wasn't in my route. So I learned my lesson there. You look over here, you can see trying to make people think, you know, take care of the neighborhood, which is a good message. Just because you're living in a low poverty area don't mean you gotta trash it. Take care of it. So this is the neighborhood I first lived in, but we're gonna go down to the first house that I'm conscious of remembering where I was at the time. The Shop and Save right here used to be a get and go, and we used to go into that store all the time. Walk up the street on this street right here, Franklin. So this house right here, this duplex. This is where I was at, man. 238 was ours. There's this one time I remember being like probably 4. My brother was probably like 1, and my mom, she had to go to the gas station that we just passed up the street. And she wasn't in a position to take both of us. So she told me, she's like, I need you to stay here with your brother and watch him. I'm gonna be gone for like 5 minutes. And I remember just sitting there and literally was just like watching him and like move where he moved. And she locked the doors. And, you know, it was just me and her and my brother. So, you know, but thinking back on that, it's just kind of like mind-boggling. Like, she wasn't a bad mom. She was just doing the best she could at a young age, you know, and just in survival mode. And that's kind of where I kind of got my independency and like my survival mode. And I kind of credit that where I am today. My mom, bottom line, she's the one that made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah, man, this is where it all began right here. This little duplex, man. Yeah, this was the area, man, that I first remember being in, man. This is where I'm from, right here. It's kind of crazy. I used to, 3 years old, ride my big wheel at the apartment complex right behind this duplex and just ride and play all day long. Right here is the apartment complex directly behind the house that we were just at. And there used to be an entranceway right here. The fence wasn't here. And I used to come through on my big wheel and ride through these little sidewalks in this apartment complex. And I remember just feeling like the world was mine, like I was in my own world and it was like my car. I was pretty much born to drive, had that mentality like, you know, I had a car at 14 and all that other stuff. And it's kind of funny thinking I had that car so early, but now it makes sense on those days and how I felt with that big wheel. I just was like, felt free, you know, you just go, you know. But what's kind of sad, this playground is the same playground that we played on. And look at it today. I'm 33 years old, so about 30 years ago, that's the same playground that was up. And look at it. Look at the basketball hoop. Same exact. You know, it makes me feel bad for the people who live here now. The kids can't even come out here to play like we used to, because I mean, I'm sure they still play on it. I'm sure they make do, just like we may do. So we about to go down to the second part of the birth. The birth is, you know, where you're from, you know. That house, lived there from about 4 to 5. And we moved over here a little bit further down the road on Hickman to the house where I really remember everything, and that's where I was, you know, in elementary school. And I write a lot of songs, or I talk about 16th and Hickman a lot throughout my career and my music. You know, Franklin, you know, is just kind of a figment of my imagination, but here is where it was all. It's all at. Now, none of that was there. Front part, the whole front part of the house was not there. All that gardening was not there. That fence was not there. Actually, where the fence is, it used to be another driveway, so you could park right there. That house, I had like a big brother that lived there. His name was Marlon. He used to take care of me. And then the guy over there mowing, that used to be a guy that used to always sell bikes in his yard. This is the birthplace, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom, you know, kind of a single parent, you know. We had a stepfather at the time here with my brother, but times were hard. We had a Cadillac. It was nice, long, the old school one, boxy one, caught on fire. There's like some crazy dude went down the road, and we used to park our cars right here and set all the cars on fire. Marlon, I came home one day, I was getting, this dude was bullying me, well, you know, whatever. 6th grade little guy, he's in 8th grade. And I remember telling Marlon what was going on, and he went and found the guy and just basically told him, like, look, you know, leave little B alone, you know what I'm saying? He's people's. And after that, he used to always come up to me, hey man, what's up, man? You know, you look like Michael Jordan, man, you a baller, and just kind of let me know that Marlon had handled the situation. But that's what was going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, nothing too crazy, but, you know, I ain't had no dad around, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was just looking after his little partner, you know what I'm saying? So I remember things like that mold me, and that's one memory there. I'm gonna take y'all to where we used to catch the bus. We had to walk. We used to walk down, me and my brother used to walk down here. 16th and Hickman, this is where I be talking about, 16th and Hickman. I used to walk down this road, no sidewalk. Mommies always say, watch out for the vans with no windows in it. We walk all the way down here to this landmark here. There's kids over here throwing rocks. This is where I start getting some of my basketball skills from, right here on this very court. Forest Park. See some people out here playing right now. This neighborhood is in my heart forever. It reminds me where I came from, reminds me where I was at in life. It reminds me why I gotta keep going to continue to provide for my family, for others around me, and to give back. And I brought my kids over here and to show them where Daddy was from, and because, you know, kids these days, they feel entitled to everything because, you know, we have the means to get them iPods and, you know, MP3 players and iPhones and all that other good stuff. I bring them down here so they can see, you know, their roots and where they, you know, before their story started, where our story started. And it's important for them to know that. I wouldn't be doing my job as a father if I didn't bring them down here every once in a while. Just to show them that, you know, life is not easy for everybody. And since it is since you do have the you know, the opportunity to not worry about anything. Just be grateful for it, you know. Teach them how to give back, teach them how to respect people and how to do for others. So, you know, I come down here once in a while, just drive around and just, you know, people are nice, man. These are good people down here, you know. They ain't about no trouble. They just trying to get by every day. And these kids out here, man, you know, they just out here playing and, you know, they don't know no other way. But these people are happy.